Welcome back to the Traders Network Show, broadcasting worldwide on equities.com. I'm Matt Bird. We're here in Davos, Switzerland, covering the 2019 World Economic Forum. And we're here at the Caspian Week show, the last day of the forum. And it's extremely cold outside, if you can't tell. I'm here with our next guest, Alex Kopelyan, partner at IndieBio. Welcome, Alex.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
So why don't you tell our viewers a little bit about what your fund does, because you're an incubator doing some really amazing things in the biotech space, and specifically the oceanic aspect of things.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us a little about that?
Sure. So IndieBio, we're an early stage venture capital fund and accelerator. So we help scientists translate inventions in academia to early stage of commercialization. And we focus on things in human health and planetary health. And right now we're really excited about looking at how we can expand into oceans. We've done a fair amount of work in the food system and how we can reinvent seafood to be more sustainable and also create alternatives.
That's amazing. So can you tell us a little bit about some of the programs, initiatives that you've invested in so far and that you're incubating?
Sure. In the ocean space specifically, we've been looking a lot at seafood replacements, aquaculture, and aquaponics. So we're looking at things like plant and fungal seafoods to replace actual seafood, cell-based fish, so taking stem cells from the fish and actually growing it.
That's amazing.
For things like bluefin tuna, that's really expensive and nearly extinct, you can actually grow the meat without fishing the tuna out of the ocean. So you can actually increase access and lower costs in a very major way.
And how far along in the incubation process is that?
So that company actually finished our accelerator a little under 2 years ago. They raised a pretty large seed round and are now in Berkeley, in California, and working on scaling that technology and getting it cheap enough to go to market.
Now, you and I had a few minutes to chat before we got on here, and you were telling me a little bit about biocomputing. I found that absolutely fascinating. Why don't you tell me and tell the viewers a little more about that?
Yeah, so it's a really amazing company called Konaku, and they're actually using neurons to do biological computation. So what they're doing is actually stabilizing human neurons, not taken from a person. They're actually engineered from stem cells onto a chip. They feed them so they stay alive, and they can train them to do different tasks. And the first one is actually expressing a sense of smell, so they can detect and monitor disease early. They can actually detect explosives in the air at an incredible sensitivity that even dogs can't do.
That's outstanding. Well, listen, I would love to have you back on the show at some point. Do you want to tell the audience a little bit about your company, a little bit more specifically on what your focus is at, and we'll want you tell us.
Sure, yeah. So we recruit scientists from all around the world who have ideas to start companies with. They move to San Francisco. We give them $250,000 of funding, access to a lab, and really a great network and mentorship. So to take that first step to go from 0 to 1 for a biotech company.
And the most amazing part, you told me this earlier, is that you're having a hard time finding deal flow.
Yeah, so we have a lot of deal flow broadly, but the area we're really looking to expand into is actually in how do we save our oceans? So how do we really find ways to, beyond seafood, actually preserve what we have, which is so important to life and so many of the SDGs that we're talking about here this week. So we're really looking for great scientists in marine biology who are ready to take discoveries and actually save the ocean.
Well, anybody who knows me and anybody who knows equities, we love, and the Traders Network Show, we love the SDGs. So listen, power to you. Why don't you want to tell us about where people can find you or contact you if they've got an idea?
Yeah, so you can find us on our website at www.indiebio.co. You can find me personally. My name is Alex Kopelyan on pretty much every social media platform. Message me, email me, message our company, and be happy to talk.
That's awesome, Alex. Hey, Alex, thanks for coming on the show. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're watching the Traders Network Show. We're here for Caspian Week as we wrap up the World Economic Forum here in Davos, Switzerland. Don't go anywhere. I have a feeling we got one or two more. We'll be right back after this commercial message. There was a fan that just drove by. Did you see that? Right there. Thank you.
Forum is brought to you by Salt, providing fintech solutions for digital assets. Visit them at saltlending.com. Special thanks to Russia House and rosscongress.org for hosting our show here in Davos in the World Economic Forum. And a special shout out to Burst IQ for their expert commentary in blockchain and technology. And thank you, 1-800 Public Relations, for all your PR and media support. We'll be right back after these messages. Don't go away.